Hey, thank you for joining me. If you guys got your coffee ready, or beverage of choice, of course, let's go over these news together. Cheers to you guys. So just to let you guys know, Sony actually did a state of play earlier today from their official YouTube channel, although they probably did it elsewhere too from their official Twitch page. I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, we'll first go ahead and cover some of the articles from Gematsu.com, and I wanted to start off with this one because this is an actual new game that they just announced that I've never heard of. And the title here is Focus Home Interactive and Sumo Digital announced Hood, Outlaws and Legends for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC for the Steam platform. And we don't have a definitive release date yet, but it does say here that it will launch in 2021. When in 2021, we're not exactly sure, but if we actually do head on over to their Steam page, the description of the game is probably best summarized in this one here. Two teams of players compete to execute the perfect heist in environments patrolled by deadly AI guards. Utilize the unique skills and mystical abilities of each character, moving in stealth to steal treasures unseen or dominating through loud and brutal combat. Now, CGI trailers aren't bad. Some of it can be pretty exciting, but I would actually prefer if companies actually would show us the actual gameplay footage. And they actually do show a bit towards the end of the trailer, and I'll try my best to edit this in a way such that you could actually see it before this we go on to the next article. But it kind of reminds me of the multiplayer game called For Honor, where you can actually choose different warriors based on historical countries and stuff like that. So it kind of reminds me of that, but with a goal in mind rather than just kind of duking it out and, you know, sort of the capture the flag mechanics, if you will. So again, if you head on over to their Steam page, which I'll have a link down in the pinned comment section below, you can see some of the tags here, which is RPG and action RPG, which is definitely cool. And if you are getting a Robin Hood vibe out of this, that's not by accident. I think they're definitely trying to go for that type of inspiration, but obviously a lot more brutal and gorier than I think that IP is typically known for. I mean, Robin Hood's an IP, right? I mean, yeah. So, and in their next article, Genshin Impact for the PlayStation 4 launches this fall. And even though this is through official PlayStation channels, it actually is coming out for the PC, iOS, and Android as well. And to kind of digress a little bit, I am excited about this for the fact that it's an actual anime RPG and a online or a co-op one at that, which is, I think, is pretty cool because we actually don't get a whole lot of JRPGs out there compared to sort of the other RPGs that we do get. But admittedly, after playing V4, I'm a bit pessimistic because I feel like that game was specifically made for the mobile and the PC was just kind of an afterthought, more or less. I could be completely wrong, but the way it plays out, it absolutely plays like a mobile title, even if you are playing for the PC. Now, I'm not saying Genshin Impact will do the same or feel the same, but people will typically follow the path of least resistance, and that, in my opinion, involves, again, catering to the lowest common denominator, which is the mobile platform. Again, I could be completely wrong about this. I haven't played the beta. I don't know anything much about the game from actually playing it, so I still do want to play it. But again, playing V4, even though it may not be unfair, kind of soured my taste for cross-platform games. But again, I will still stick to my opinions about how it's still a really good compromise rather than having an RPG entirely just for the mobile platform. So, and really quick, in their last article that we will go over today, Phantasy Star Online 2 is now available in Europe. Phantasy Star Online 2 has launched in additional 33 countries alongside the Steam release of its PC version, Sega announced. Next, we'll cover two articles from GamesRadar.com, and the first one here, Godfall PlayStation 5 gameplay video introduces dual blades, longsword, and shield, and I will admit it actually looked pretty cool. But if you've been playing hack and slash games for a while, since, say, Devil May Cry days for the original, or not the original, I'm sorry, the PlayStation 2 days, honestly, it's not really that unique, I guess you could say, but for a looter shooter, definitely seems to be the case, or in this case, looter slasher, I should say. But those of you guys who have been watching this channel for a while know that I really haven't checked off the looter shooter or looter slasher genre box in the list of games that I've played, and so that's why I really want to play this one. There's other games out there that fit kind of the same genre, which is Destiny 2, the Division series, Anthem, Borderlands, and the list can go on and on and on, but unfortunately I feel like the ships for those games, for me at least, has sailed, especially Destiny 2, and I will go as to why that is in a later article today. But yeah, this definitely seems like a really fun game that I would like to check out. Plus, they actually announced that they will actually have no microtransaction in this game, and so how will this company make money? I don't know, but again, no microtransactions, so that's always a good benefit for us consumers, right? So there's another reason why to play this game. And in their next article, Temtem announced for the PlayStation 5 with next-gen gameplay footage. And to those of you who don't know what this game is, it's very Pokemon inspired. Basically, it's like a Pokemon game, but it's supposed to be an MMO at the same time. And that has a lot of people very excited for this game. It's still in early access, I believe. But again, they've announced it that they're actually coming to the PlayStation 5, but they just said it'll release sometime in 2021, so not a specific release, but it's really good to see that they have came a long ways from their humble beginnings as far as I can tell. Next, we'll go ahead and cover a few articles from PCGamer.com. And Mortal Shell gets a release date and a new trailer. And if you guys don't know what this game is about, the best way I could describe it is Dark Souls meets Baldur's Gate. And the reason why I say it like that is because the company makes no qualms or tries to hide the fact that it takes a lot of inspiration from Dark Souls. So if you're into Dark Souls, you're definitely going to be interested in this particular RPG. But the reason why I'm mentioning Baldur's Gate is because it's a lot bloodier, it's a lot more brutal than Dark Souls in my opinion, and Baldur's Gate tends to be a little bit more towards that aspect of things, if you will, and so that's why I'm saying those two games put together is like Mortal Shell here, and it's actually going to be released on August 18th. But lastly, it says here on the PC, Mortal Shell is a timed exclusive on the Epic Game Store. With the Steam release coming in 2021, you can pre-purchase the game from the Epic Game Store version now for £25 or $30. And I actually did check out the page, and that's the only price that you get. I thought, oh, you have to spend a minimum of $30 to pre-order the game, but I think this game is actually only worth $30, and so instead of going with that typical standard $60 route, it's half off for whatever reason. But hey, the more money you save is better for us as consumers, right? And in their next article, Destiny 2's Solstice of Heroes returns, but you'll need to pay for the best armor. And apparently this is a very grindy event from what I could read. The author of this article says that the annual event sees Guardians tasked with completing all manner of busy work, kill a bazillion enemies, collect gajillions orbs, and try not to go mad. And the event will run from August 11th through September 8th. And as I said earlier, the reason why I'm kind of a little turned off by playing this game is because they introduce something where if you get an armor piece or some sort of armor, you'll actually have a limited time before the stats of that armor goes down, which is called sunsetting. And I will admit, I understand why they did it. They actually gave a pretty rational reason as to why they're doing this, and primarily it's for replayability, excuse me. But at the end of the day, it feels a little weird to me to be able to get a piece of gear and to know that it actually has an expiration date. That to me just seems a little and yeah, that's why I don't really want to play Destiny 2 even though it's massively popular right now. So but again, don't let my opinion affect the way you want to play your games. If you think Destiny 2 is the best game that you've ever played and you love it, by all means, like, don't let my opinion affect it. I'm just saying, for me as an individual, as a gamer, there's particular things that I like doing or having in the games that I play, and that the sunsetting thing isn't one of them, unfortunately. And as for the paying part, it goes on to say that earning the Majestic Legendary set will unlock the option to purchase a Universal Ornament set from the Eververse for either Silver or Bright Dust, and this ornament will change the glow to match your elemental subclass color. But apparently this part of the game has been data mined, and according to Today in Destiny, each set of glows will go for 6,000 Bright Dust or 1,500 Silver, which based on regular Steam prices works to $15 per set, and that is not cheap. So when it says the title said best armor, I was thinking, oh, so it's pay to win mechanic? You actually have to fork over real money for the best stats, but it seems like it's saying best in terms of the way it looks, the aesthetics, and makes your character a lot cooler, as you can see here in this screenshot, which admittedly it does look pretty cool. I will admit that. And really quick, in their next article, Borderlands 3 is free to play for the weekend on Steam and Stadia if you are interested. And again, really quick to all the Cyberpunk 2077 fans out there, their next Night City Wire live stream is next Monday. And you can definitely head on over to CD Projekt Red's official Twitch channel to view this, which will be on August 10th. That will be a Monday from 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time as well. Next, we will head on over to GameSpew.com for 2 articles. And the first one here, The Elder Scrolls Online and Doom Eternal are headed to the next-gen consoles. I think that also means that there is an implication, or it might be just implied that they might be working on a new engine or an upgraded to the graphics for these games, but as I read the article, there's nothing that indicates that's the case, although it is possible, but just wanted to throw that out there. And next, 1990s RPG Moon re-release headed to the Nintendo Switch this month, and it will be released at the end of August on August 27th. As somebody who grew up during the 90s and who loves RPG, I will admit I actually never heard of this franchise before, but judging from watching the trailer that I have playing, I mean, it looks really charming for, you know, something from the 90s. It's definitely something that I can find myself playing as well if I had a Switch. So next, we'll go ahead and cover some of the articles from MassivelyOP.com. Tree of Savior is bringing back high-speed leveling growth servers on August 11th. And again, starting on August 11th, players will get to experience a 300% boost in XP and looting chances, as well as a 20% boost in various extraction, enhancement, and transcendence costs. I don't know too much about this game other than the fact that it actually looks very similar to Ragnarok Online, so those of you who are into those type of RPGs, you probably have another game to look forward to. And really quick, in their next article, Fallout 76 addresses the camp system uproar, and it's working on a solution. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up real quick is because even though I never played Fallout 76, there seems to be a new bug almost every few months that keeps breaking the game, and they keep fixing it, and then another bug is introduced, and then they fix that one, but another bug is introduced. But it's not like little tiny bugs, they're like very core, like mechanic based bugs, if you will, if you want to word it, or if I want to word it that way. And so yeah, I think Bethesda's, I guess, experience in online games is very showing, you know, with Fallout 76, considering that this is their first, I guess, online game that they ever made. I mean, there is Elder Scrolls Online, but that's handled by ZeniMax Studios, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, like right when I want to jump back into it, something like this pops up, and it's just like, maybe I should give them another few months or some time before, you know, I'll start playing, and that way they'll patch everything up and everything will be fine. But then as soon as that happens, a new bug pops up. So I don't know, like, I'll definitely give it a chance, but things like this makes me not want to invest too much time because, like, you know, I just very cautious about that kind of stuff. Next, we got 2 articles from MMORPG.com that I wanted to go over. And the first one here is Metaliminal Storms will invade EVE Online's Nullsec this month. And again, I have no idea what any of this means. I played a bit of it years ago, but not enough to really actually tell you what I understood what I played. But yeah, to all you EVE fans out there, or potential EVE online fans out there, you got something to look forward to. And in their next article, TERA Outlines 64-bit client includes system requirements, and this is a huge improvement. I actually might have to check it out just to see how things improve graphically, because if you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you guys know that I'm a huge graphics snob, fortunately or unfortunately, but that's just the whole way I like things to play, you know. So, and it does go on to read here that the goal of this switch from 32-bit to 64-bit is for better performance, improved gameplay, and fewer crashes. Although I do find that interesting because I played this game for years. But I don't ever remember having problems with crashing. It's probably one of the more stable MMOs that I've ever played. But anyways, maybe that changed after I stopped playing, so who knows. But the team mentions that it also opens up somewhat sweet possibilities for developing future TERA content, and that's always a good sign. And lastly, it says here that they added a weekend-only 20-player raid that is set to take place featuring the Commander's Residence. Next, we got one article from Destructoid.com, revisit Stranger of Sword City on Switch next year. NIS America has announced that it is localizing Experience Inc.'s Saviors of Sapphire Wings for Nintendo Switch for the PC. If you buy that game, you'll also get Stranger of Sword City Revisited, which includes new content not found in any other previous version. And for the last two articles of the day, we'll head on over to altchar.com. And the first one here, Obsidian Design Director is directing his own project, potentially a historical RPG. We actually don't have too much information other than the fact that this is something that he tweeted about, I believe, a year ago, as the article suggests, but it just says John Sawyer, Obsidian Studio Design Director, has confirmed he is working on his own project at the moment, which is not the recently announced Xbox exclusive Avowed. I have seemed to lost my ability to talk, as you could see from that last article. I just keep stuttering and stuff like that, but what else is new? But anyways, really quick, in their last article, Ghosts of Tushima patch 1.06 make changes to the Traveler's Attire, and again, I do apologize that it's cut off from there. But Sucker Punch Studios' Lone Samurai Fantasy Ghosts of Tsushima has received the version 1.06 patch today, which makes changes to the Traveler's Attire and some bug fixes as well. And that concludes today's episode of MMO and RPG News and Commentary. I really do appreciate it if you made it with me so far, because the watch time significantly helps out the channel. If you feel as though I have earned your subscription, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification icon right next to it. Anyways, everyone, I will finally let you guys go. Hope you guys have a blessed night, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers again, everyone.